Hi everyone. Hi Gannet. Hi everyone. How's everybody doing today? Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're watching for the first time, please go ahead and tell me where you're tuning in from. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Martha Ermias and I live in Columbus, Ohio. And this is my second day doing Facebook Live. Thanks to you guys. I am encouraged to be here. Those of you who watched my first Facebook Live yesterday, I want to appreciate you for liking and commenting and supporting me. That was just precious. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hi everyone. Can you please tell me where you're tuning in from? Hi Robel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks everyone. Again, my name is Martha Ermias, for those of you who don't know me. I live in Columbus, Ohio, and I am passionate about three things. Entrepreneurship, personal growth, and contribution are my passion. And I'm just starting to share some stuff on Facebook Live, and today's my second day. This is a 30-day challenge that I took upon. And today, my topic is, let me see. 3 tips to making 2018 a great year for you. So we're going to talk about what are some of the things that you could do to actually, yeah, I don't have my eyeglasses today. That was funny. So what are some of the things that you could do to make 2018 an amazing year? Okay. I am going to share with you something that I'm doing that I know will help a lot of people. Some of you may already know it and may already you probably are doing it already, but for some of you it might be a new thing. But I just wanted to share this since this is the first week of 2018 and we're still in the planning phase for some of us. So that's why I chose this topic for today. Okay, so if you guys can comment and tell me where you're tuning in from. Hi Abraham, hi Rahel, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. Okay, so the 3 tips are, I'm going to tell you, it's evaluate, create a plan, and track. So we want to evaluate, create a plan, and track. So we've got 3 tips today that we're going to be talking about. Okay, what do I mean by evaluate? Okay, the first place you want to start is really take a good look at 2017, how your year was, okay? Take a look at it in different areas of your life, whatever is a priority area for you, whether it's personal relationships, whether it's your spirituality, whether it is your career, whether it is your finances, or if it's health and fitness, whatever area is a priority area for you, you want to take a very good look at 2017 and evaluate it. So when you evaluate, you want to take a look at it from what was good in those areas. What are some of the things that happened that are really, really great that you are good at? Okay, you want to start with that because a lot of times we're very self-critical on ourselves, and you don't want to start with the negative because a lot of times when we start to evaluate, we think about the negative as opposed to the positive. And the purpose of evaluation is actually to help you improve, not to judge yourself. So start with the good things that were happening in 2017 that you're proud of and be grateful with it. Write it down, and also you're going to have a plan to capitalize on that and even make it better in 2018. So that's the first tip. And the second thing you want to do is also look at the weaknesses you had in 2017, okay? Because those weaknesses you want to improve, you want to eliminate, because they're probably not serving you very well in your life. And the more honest you are about your weaknesses, the more you can do something about it. And when you're looking at your weaknesses, I want to suggest that you become very gracious to yourself, because every time we look at our weaknesses, we feel regret, we feel sad, or we become very self-critical, and you really don't want to do that. What you want to do is be very gracious but honest at the same time. This is what it is. This is what it was. And it's just for you to realize where you were in 2017. Now, once you do that, and to be honest, the best thing to do is write it down as you're doing it, because as I was doing that exercise, a lot of things started to come into surface. Things that I didn't know were a weakness or hurting me with where I want to go. I started to recognize them because I was writing it down. So the exercise is just amazing. Everybody, if you like what you've heard so far, if you could just please give me thumbs up. I just want to make sure that you're engaged and you're with me in here. All right, thank you, everyone. So the first place to start is evaluate. In the second place you want to go with it is really create a plan. When you create a plan, you want to start with goals. Look at yourself, and by the end of 2017, what are some specific things you want to see in your life, in any areas that are of a priority to you. It could be your personal life, it could be your spiritual life, it could be your business, it could be your career or your finances or health and fitness. Whatever area is a priority area for you, where do you want to see your life in 2018, by the end of 2018? That's your goal. That's your goal. And when you're setting a goal, of course, make it specific, make it measurable, and make it realistic. But at the same time, do not be afraid to dream. A lot of times we're afraid to dream because, when we're setting goals, we say, we kind of make it small because we're afraid that we might not be able to achieve it. And that's something you really don't want to do, because how you set your goals is really how you're going to try to achieve them. Like how the process that the steps you're going to take during the year is going to be at the level of the goals that you set. So don't be afraid to set bigger goals for yourself, but be very specific and know what they are. And the next thing that you want to do is, how are you going to achieve them? Like what steps do you need to take to achieve those goals? So you really want to think through this and also write it down, okay? I will give you an example of what I did. I have a health and fitness goal this year, so I know exactly where I want to see myself by the end of the year. And then I started planning it out. So one thing I knew was I need to be in a program, an exercise program, because I need that accountability. I keep failing at being consistent with my workouts. So I knew that I needed to be part of an accountability, like a program. So I decided to do that. I didn't know what that program was going to be, but I decided I had to do that. And the second thing was also nutrition-wise. I decided to be good with my eating habits. And I also was looking for a program. And believe it or not, around the New Year's, this wasn't my plan, but around the New Year's, things just came together, and I found a nutrition program that I like. I also found a workout program that I'm actually starting today, that I really like as well. And then some friends came together, and we're kind of holding each other accountable. So just the whole plan was created, but I had to think it first. So make a plan, know what can get you to your goal, and then figure out ways on how to make that happen for yourself. So the first thing is evaluate 2017. Second thing is create a plan for 2018. But at the same time, a couple of things that I want to say here. When you're creating a plan, there's also going to be some challenges along the way. So be prepared for those challenges ahead of time. Like, for example, with workout and staying consistent with your eating habits and things like that, one of the challenges that can happen is lack of motivation. Sometimes you're just not going to feel like doing it, not motivated. So what do you do? I have to think about that now. What do you do when that happens? You can't just imagine that every day is going to be smooth. So be prepared for it ahead of time. and kind of like have a plan. When that happens, what are you going to do? And again, for me, staying accountable to other people is one of the things that I like to do. So once you create a plan, and the third thing that I'm going to talk about, and this is the last tip for making your 2018 a very different year, is tracking your progress. This is one area that a lot of us don't like to do because it's work, number one, and second, I'll tell you why a lot of us don't like. At least I'll tell you what I found out about me, why I don't like to do it. But tracking your progress is very important because number one, it's going to hold you consistent and accountable. Number two, you will know what to improve. If you're not tracking, then you don't exactly know what's working and what's not working. So whatever it is that your goal that you have, you want to measure it, you want to track it, you want to have a system to track it. And as I was thinking about tracking, just getting ready for this, for my year, I realized that I really don't like tracking, actually. I don't like to put things down and measure it every single day and track it. And I started to think, why is it that I don't like tracking? And a couple of things came to the surface. Number one, if I'm tracking it, I'm gonna know the truth. It's going to tell me exactly what my behavior is like, whether or not I'm doing what I said I was gonna do or I'm not doing what I said I was gonna do. So and basically I didn't want to face the truth. And that's why I didn't like tracking. And the second thing is I felt like I didn't have a good system to track it with. I'm a very systematic person, but at the same time I spend way too much time trying to figure out what system works and what doesn't. So finally what I said was, this is a weakness in me. This is a weakness. I believe tracking is good. I know tracking is good for me. So I'm just going to start doing it and face up my weaknesses. And so far I've started it a week ago, and it's actually very liberating once you start doing it. So I really want to encourage you to make your year a very different year, or the best year ever. Evaluate last year, identify what's a priority for you, and find out what goals you want to set for the year, and create a plan. After you create a plan, make sure you're tracking your progress every single week, and just embrace the process, become better at it every single week. Okay? If you do that, your life is going to go in the direction you want it to. And then by the end of the year, you will have achieved your goals. If you don't do that, you're going to be pushed right and left, and you're just going to be on autopilot. Just like a lot of times that's what we do. We're on autopilot. We don't even think twice in terms of which way we're going, because every single day comes with its own burden, its own, there's so many things that come to distract us. So having goals, tracking them, knowing exactly where you're going and working at it is really going to help you make 2018 a very good year. So that's about it, guys. That's what I wanted to share today. And thank you so much for tuning in. I will continue to come up with some content every single day for the next 31 days. And I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you guys. Bye-bye.